All right, let's see. Are we rolling? We're rolling. Keep on rolling, baby. Rolling. Yeah, rolling. Yeah, now I know y'all be loving this shit right here. I am Peter Limp Biscuit right here. Hey, everybody. Kind of wait for people to roll in. Ooh, that light is very oppressive. Hopefully there's people here. Hopefully there's people coming to chat. If not, I'll chat with myself. I do it all the time anyway. I'm working on some new sound because I listened to the last stream and I dropped a pen and it sounded like somebody fell down a flight of stairs. You know, there's a lot that goes into this, but you start, and that is always the hardest part. It's starting, and I'm starting. All right, 0 viewers. Let's see. All right, still nothing. Hey, thanks, Meowmatica. The other day I decided I want something kind of sassy, so I went and I got some blue eyeshadow. I'm very much enjoying it. Looking like trailer trash. Hello, Fishweeds. Thanks for joining. I'm Amber. I sit on my porch in Hollywood. Sometimes you'll hear some sirens go by. Sometimes you'll hear somebody get stabbed. I do have a citizen app that shows you what's going on in the neighborhood. Very excited. I'm working on getting a whole lighting set up and a sound set up, so all of this will be better and nicer. Am I coming in? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hey, NonReese88. How are you doing? Ahoy, Zoom student. Hey, Uncanny Rachel. Thank you for joining. We can hear you? Good. Hey, Kathy NBZ. So, yes, we've got lots of fun things in the works. I'm working on the video. I'm working on some lighting. As much as I do like these, and I said I would never get a ring light because I always thought it looked fake, I do want to look a little more profesh. So I'm getting a nicer camera. I'm fixing up the sound. Like I said last stream, I threw down a pen and it sounded like somebody fell down a flight of stairs. Hey, Amber, used to love you on Roundtable Gentlemen. Thank you. And just recently started listening to Brighter Side. And you ended up been getting me through this shitty week. Love y'all. Oh, Sean, PMFC. Thank you. I'm sorry you're having a shitty week. I mean, unfortunately, it's very common. A lot of people are having shitty weeks. I think there was some article on some bullshit app that was just like, hey, we're all upset right now. Let's explain why we're upset. And I was like, I don't need to read a 3-page article to know that everybody's unemployed and you can't see smiles from under the mask. Or just even bored. Boredom leads to violence. I mean, I was at the bodega the other day, and these kids, they would just look bored. They were just hassling people. They had nothing to do. Hey, Ryan Ghosts. Have a Hot Pocket with tequila. Did you put the tequila in the Hot Pocket, Fishweeds? Is that a Nelson Hot Pocket? I know, Sean PMFC, right? Yeah, no shit. Right? Water's wet. Up next. The sun is hot. Just the news recently, I just kind of stopped looking at it. I'll look at it for a little bit just to get like a headline, like kids are going back in school. Okay, I can write on that. I can write some jokes on that. But then if I start reading it, I feel actively dumber. Brighter side is we all suffering together. Absolutely. Absolutely, we're all suffering together. This is the community Biden wanted. My roommates they want me to get the vaccine. One of them is a teacher. And I'm a little, hey, Fishweeds. I'm a little, I don't know. I want people to get the vaccine. I don't think there's a chip in there. I don't think there's anything spooky in there. But I do remember years ago, I went to this free clinic. And, free clinic is just like human lab rats, right? That's how they treat poor people. So I'm at this free clinic. And they're like, here, take birth control. You have to take birth control. It's so good for you. And meanwhile, like, doctors that prescribe people arbitrary medicine, like, some medicine's good. People need their okay pills, their brain okay pills, right? But there's a lot. My cousin is really hot. And, I mean, of course, smoking hot babe, and she was approached after a pageant to go work for the drug dealers. What do you call them? The people that go with a rolly suitcase to the doctors and give them a pen, and now they're like, okay, I sell the pills. So, anyways, they got me on these pills, and like, you got to take birth control. And then I'm like passing out in the street, and I'm like a strong gal, but I'm just like getting sweaty. I remember it was on my birthday, and I was like having a cigarette, and I was just like, guys, I don't feel so good. And I just hit the ground on the streets of New York, and it's New York, so like nobody gave a shit. They were just like, give her some cocaine, that'll wake her up. But then I was like, you know what? I wonder what's making me feel this bad is this bullshit medicine. This free clinic put me on, and yes, it was Yaz, and it was killing women. So I got off of it, and I'm now fine. But you know, just a little. I can get off a pill someone's giving me. I can't. Like, what if my particular body don't sit right? You know, like I don't like flour. It makes me all thick in the middle. What if this vaccine is just nothing but gluten? Ugh. Hey, Mar M. Daria 1969 and Crank Tank. Successful Cell. Pharmaceutical representatives, that's it. I really think they're in cahoots with the beauty pageant industry because there's a lot of women. They're all doing the same thing, her and her girlfriends, and they were all in beauty pageants. And yeah, the reps just approached them and they're like, "You want to make some money?" And, fuck yeah, you want to make some money? Those ball gowns are expensive. It's expensive to do pageants. So they're like, "Yeah, I'd love it." And now they have this career and like they make the dough. They make the money. I mean, my cousin, she has like a pool, an in-ground pool, and like multiple bedrooms on land in a house. I could never, you know? Hey, what's up? Hey, Slug Bucket. So happy to finally be able to catch this. I'm happy you're here too. Oh, yes, Hollyways. Yeah. Yeah. And she makes more money than her husband, which is the brighter side of that because he's one of those like, man, I'm a man and I'm a man and I don't touch nothing pink. You know, and very like, I bring in the money. And I'm like, your wife makes more money than you. Which is usually the case for those kind of men. It's the perfect recruiting ground. I mean, yeah, they're hot. They need the money. They can answer the interviews. They've done the interview process. They've done like the live talkie talks. So they're not dumb. Pageant contestants are not dumb. They're very smart women. I mean, I can't even name like, you ask me, you know, what I would do for a better world. I don't know. I don't fucking know. You put a microphone in front of my face, in front of the world. What would you do to make the world a better place? It's free pussy. That's what I'm saying. Everybody gets free pussy and weed's legal. I'd be kicked out immediately. All 3 approved vaccines are super safe and the adverse effects are rare. I want to find a way to make you less hesitant. Your feelings are valid. Thank you, Kathy. But the messaging isn't great. The data side. I assume. I mean, so many people have taken it. My mother's taking it. She's fine. She's had the second dose. Fine. Easy breezy. Everybody in her community, they said they got a little sick. No big deal. I'll get over my hesitation. I don't want to be like some walking disease. Just killing people right and left. I'll take the vaccine. Laugh straight into the mic. Hey. Till they pull it away. I heard it makes your arms sore. Oh man. And I like to lift, baby. I like to lift weights. So we've had a lot of people on here that's taken the vaccine. M. Dario said you didn't have any side effects. Hey Kathy. You didn't have any side effects? Makes your dick bigger. That's what the vaccine does. Makes your boobs pop. Makes your tits and your dick bigger. Don't be a Wendy Williams. What did Wendy Williams say about the vaccine? Now that she's a character. This jacket is a little Wendy Williams, but it's so cold. It's like 45 degrees in Los Angeles, which comparatively, I mean, it might as well be negative 50. My body doesn't know any different. I can't. The second dose isn't bad. Many of my friends had mild side effects. All right. I hear they can do it too in your car, too. Just like a hooker. I'll take the bigger dick, but I'm going to pass on the bigger tits. You don't want bigger tits, motor change? The second dose had me fucked up, to be honest. The first one was fine, but the second one had me out. 102, 103 fever. Ooh, Sean. Yeah, I hear the second dose is the one that gets you, because it's probably got more of the COVID in it. She said she won't be taking it. Oh, somebody won't be taking it? Oh, so Wendy Williams will not be taking the vaccine. Is she still going to do her show over Zoom? Or, I don't know. I don't know. People are valid, I think, to be like, I don't want you sticking me with needles. What if there's bleach in that? What if there's... And I'm reading so many stories of people in the medical profession, because they're people too. We often like to think of doctors as like superhero reporting to duty, But like, I don't know, he probably shat his pants today. He's a human being, or she, or they. You're human beings. They're doctors. It's like your body thinks you're going to get sick, so you'll get all the physical reaction, even though there's no real threat. I guess they give it a little bit to you, like the flu vaccine. The first and second dose are the same amount. Okay, I'm getting a lot more information on here than I am anywhere else. Yeah, she told Dr. Oz it was awkward. I bet. Well, Dr. Oz is, I hear he's not a real doctor. Right? Again, you guys are really smart. Let me know. I hear he's not a real doctor. But then again, like, I get these facts from, a dive bar. I'll go sit and talk to Toothless George, who's got, like, an opinion. Oh, Dr. Jaws isn't a real doctor. And then, I don't do any fact checking. And I just believe it because I want to. I'm taking the second dose right now. Shot of the night. Oh, well, Sis Card, let us know how the second dose goes. Fish weeds, what am I drinking? I am drinking white wine spritzer. I got the cheapest bottle of white wine at the grocery. $3.99, and a little seltzer water. A little trick, I don't really like White Claws. They make my butthole loose, so I like to make my own. I don't know, something with White Claws. They got something, they got the vaccine in it. Something. I don't like what it does to my body. It tastes weird. My boyfriends are so stoked to get the vaccine because they invite him to the Rocky Mountains. Ooh, the Rocky Mountains sounds fun. Be careful. It's the fake sugar. Yeah, it's the fake sugar. I eat pretty good. I smoke cigarettes and drink alcohol, but I don't smoke a lot. I won't apologize for myself anymore, but I like to eat healthy and work out. I don't want to put all that shit in my body. Even though it's wine. People have been drinking wine for centuries. And I think it's because when I was 25 and I moved to New York City, I was moved to New York City younger, but then when I got stabilized, when I got a job, when I was aware of my surroundings, then I was like, okay, I'm doing all the drugs I can. I've done pretty much every drug except for heroin. Don't apologize any drinking buddy. Thanks, Slug Bucket. What happened to Four Loko? A bunch of nerds took it off the market. I had a girlfriend who was fucking crazy, who would like get blackout drunk. She would drink half a bottle of whiskey and then drink a Four Loko and be like, Four Loko made me pass out. I got to write to the Four Loko makers. And I'm just like, you gotta stop drinking half a bottle of whiskey and blaming your problems on it. My roommates are moving things around. Yeah, the H is on the list. What happened to Four Loko? What's going on? Thanks, Taste Slinger. My cooking videos. I'm probably going to. Well, I'm already getting more recording equipment to make it a little bit better. I want to up the ante on this. Is there a machete attack? Four Loko was the greatest pregame in history. I mean, you really just have one Four Loko. I can't imagine drinking one now. All the shit that's in there. It's like teenage boy heroin or like blood. They pump out the blood of teenage boys and they put it into Four Loko, and it just makes you like, yeah. Because I'm getting a little burnout, so salad sandwiches. Oh, sorry guys, rolling up. Okay, Sean. Oh, hey, speaking of your cookie show, I drive a lot for work, and while I've gotten a solid cooler to store my lunches and I really don't have a way to heat up food because of it, I'm getting a little burnt out on salads and sandwiches, so you have some solid ideas on meals or foods that I can bring with me to work to mix it up. Yeah, little salads and sandwiches. I get a little tired of those as well, and you want a hot meal. So there's no way you can, I guess there's no microwave our stove on site. Let me think of this. I'll think of this. I'll think of some nice little things for you. They were super popular when I got out of high school. Yeah, Four Loko. I mean, it's just like Red Bull and like vodka. It's all the good things. Which, by the way, if you want to get super duper nasty crazy, get a Red Bull, drink a little bit, and then get a couple little nippers of vodka, tequila, pour them in that, shake it up, you're good to go, baby. Loco them locos. Oh man, I just listened to Four Locos episode of Roundtable the other day. We talked about Four Loko. Were we drinking Four Loko on the show? Probably. We were crazy. I do miss performing in a basement of a Mexican restaurant where it smelled like shit. It smelled like human shit. They always had backups in the piping, and it's a Mexican restaurant in New York. Someone's screaming. Do you hear the person screaming? Hollywood, baby. So yeah, people would go, they take their dookies, and then it would like back up in the pipes, and then you're supposed to go back down there and like keep buying taquitos to keep the place open. I don't know. I did love it. I do miss it. Somebody's really mad on a skateboard. How do you get me mad on a skateboard? You're wheeling down the street on 4 wheels. It's like a silly little board. Like, fuck you. You skate away. Okay, buddy. Okay. Could you do a cooking show on meal prep? I'm looking for new ideas. Chicken and rice is getting old. You know what, Fishwits? Yeah, this is all giving me good ideas. I didn't know what to make next week. I'll do a food prep thing. And I'll do something on not salads and sandwiches. Something that's like different for you. I poured that shit in a Pim cup from Spencer's on my 19th birthday. Yeah, lots of drama. Yeah, no one knows how to drink when they're young. No one's drinking scotch when they're like 19, unless it's a mistake, unless you like broke into your dad's liquor cabinet and drinking it super fast. I used to take a little bit out of all my parents' alcohol and then put it into a bottle, and it tasted like backwash, because it was. And I would go on these like trips. It was some dumbass club that my parents were like, you got to be in this club. And I was like, you had to like do some scholastic bullshit. And I was like, no, my friends, I don't want to do that. My friends are in there. So what I would do is just lie on the school trips, because I just want to hang out with my friends. And I would get on the bus and they'd be like, are you in this club? Or like, I'm in the club. It was like I don't know. No one ever checked. Maybe I'm privileged on that, but I got on the bus with my little bottle full of alcohol and was a bad influence on these nerds. And now it's a Russian roulette. Whether 2 beers or 20 will kill me the next day. Oh my God. Tell me about it. Tell me about it, Motor Meds. Yeah, I wish there was alcohol that didn't have sugar in it, but that's kind of the basis of alcohol. Maybe I should switch it up and smoke crack. I'm tired of the sugar and the alcohol, so I'm switching to crack. There's a lot of I don't know, I remember my old girlfriend. She was on Adderall back in the day, and she was just like, "This is great. I need it to stay to stay awake." And I was like, "I don't think this is it's good, but like to wake up and snort it like cocaine." I don't know about all that. And it's speed, we found out. Years later, after everyone left her. Because, when you're a speed addict, you're a speed addict. No one's ever a speed addict, and they're like a fine person. Right? Oh, that's Mary. She's the 4-H manager. She has 4 kids. She's on the school board. Really sweet. Bakes pies every Sunday for the local church. Bit of a crack problem. But just a sweetheart. Sweetheart. I mean, when she broke in my house to steal change to buy more crack, she left a thank you note. Oh man, yeah, first thing in the morning, motor charge. First thing in the morning, she would whip it up. And then I remember, because we had some leftover shit, leftover speed, and I took a cup that was empty. She's like, I can't, my heart, I can't do it anymore. So I took it and I put the cope over on it so it wouldn't blow away. And she's like, that's brilliant. And then we passed out for 3 hours and then woke up and snorted more crack. And then I was like, I don't like this. I think we should not be friends anymore. And then she didn't get it. That's fine. You know what? Life, no one owes you anything, right? Sometimes I'll go and like I'll have like a bad deal with a dude, and I'm like, oh wait, you know what? He doesn't owe me anything. Like he doesn't have to stick around. You know what I mean? That's his life. He wants to cut me off. Fine. I did go on a date the other day. Well, it is brilliant. Hey, I heard it. I missed some good news actually. Pedophile corner and butt stuff. Hey, Emery. Yes, we did talk about pedophiles. I did save the stream, but then I got a little worried and I deleted it because I said some stuff about my family. How was the date? What's the Yes, the day we met on Hinge. He works in the visual department at a company, so he gets it. Like he's a producer of it, so he like masks and things. He like coordinates all that together, so he gets creativity. Normal person. That's all I would like. Just a normal person that isn't gonna kill me. You know what I mean? It was nice. It was fine. One date, and then we're talking. We might go to a gun range for our next date. Where he'll definitely murder me. I was like, I just want to date a normal guy who's not going to kill me. Our second date's at a gun range, and our third date is in the swamps. We did have some lovely pedo butt stuff. Yes, we did last week. I mean, at least I have a gun. You're right. I think it was like a mutual idea. I think I said that I want to be more prepared for the world, and I haven't shot a gun in like years. I don't know what I'm doing. Like if there was ever some scenario, and then like you handed me a handgun and was just like, Amber, you got my back? I'd be like, what? And then like shoot myself in the head. Because guns are they're dangerous. And every time I used to hold one, I just wanted to be like, ah. It's just like, when you stand on a cliff and you think about falling over it, you just think, I'm not going to blow my brains out. But that thought doesn't enter your brain. But yeah, if you were to just hand me a gun and be like, go get him, get my back. What? I would shoot myself in the foot, take that person out, and then hand the gun to my enemy and they kill me. That's exactly what would happen. So I would like some, in case shit hits the fan. I'd like to know how to use a gun. I'd like to use, know how to tie a knot that isn't like a little bow on my shoes, like a cutesy little double bow, like a bunny knot, like an actual knot, or how to open a can without a can opener, how to clean a duck, like if I went hunting and I kill a duck with a rock and I'm hungry, how do I open up that duck and then roast it, right? I mean, we've had this conversation before about the apocalypse. I don't think I'm meant for it. I'm not meant for it. The apocalypse is meant for the kind of men who fight outside of a bar when they can't get pussy. When they're just like sweating calm and it's like, I didn't get any pussy. Who wants to fight? And they just, there's always that group of dudes. That's who the apocalypse is meant for. I like spas. I like getting my nails done, right? I'm not meant for this. I'm not meant for this. I miss shooting, makes me miss living in the boondocks sometimes. Yeah. Call of wood. You're right. You can open a can of roasted duck with a gun. I bet I could. My wife tried to open a wine bottle with a shoe. She literally tried to whack the cork out. It didn't end well. She lost her deposit because the wine splashed. Stained the ceiling. Sweet baby corn. The wine stained the ceiling? Oh, what was it? Exorcist wine? Shooting while camping is fun. 22 shooting at any stump or whatever. Yeah, I figure that's what, guns are just shooting at like a toilet in the middle of the woods, right? That's where you get your practice. Am I any kind of gun nut? No, I don't know what these things are. I'm a lady. I'm a lady. Went in way easier than I thought it would. Skinned a squirrel a few Thanksgivings ago. Wow. So Nito Cheeto, They they skinned a squirrel. Oh my god! So I'm guessing you start with the ass. You tell you skin a squirrel, you start with the ass and you go up to the mouth and then you kiss it. I guess when you roast it, you need to get the hair off so it doesn't smell. I'm guessing. Skinning a squirrel, I could not. But I should learn these things. I should learn these things in case in case Lord knows what happens. COVID 2 happens. In case COVID 2 happens, or the bomb, or whatever the fuck. And I gotta go skin a squirrel? Just kill me. Just kill me. Really. If I have to, shoot my dinner and skin a squirrel and squat over a fire and then go piss in a bucket, just put that gun in between my eyes and pull the trigger. I want to be in heaven. Okay? There's dogs in heaven. There's spas in heaven. There's steak that's medium rare, cooked how I like it. Squirrels are scary. Yes, they are. Well, they're just rats. Les Stroud put all of his Survivor Men episodes on YouTube. Oh, I love the dude, but he was completely insane. Yes. We shot him camping. Easier than you'd think. Well, squirrels, they like to scurry. They like to mind everybody else's business but their own. They're being squirrely. They like to go over there and see what are you doing over there? What are you doing over there? I am going to have a couple cigarettes on the stream because last stream I was kind of losing my mind, but it's okay. I told myself that whenever I quit smoking, whenever I'm just no more cigarettes, then I get really crazy and the next day I'll smoke 8. But if I'm hey, I'm a big girl, I'll smoke whenever. I'll have 1, 2 a day, right? That's better. I let my dogs catch the squirrels. Did your dogs get to eat the squirrels? Or do they just like the thrill of the hunt? Is that why men like dogs? Is that why men like dogs? Is because they chase? And as soon as they get the thing, they chase and chase. And as soon as they get the thing, they don't want it anymore. I hear that greyhounds, if they catch the rabbit, they have to kill the greyhound because it's discovering, because the rabbit isn't real and they all think it's real. So when they catch it, they see that their life has been a lie and then they get really depressed. So they have to kill the greyhound. Is that right? Or was I listening to bar talk again and I thought it was real? When the greyhound catches a rabbit, they gotta kill it because it's life is meaningless. The greyhound kills itself. Oh my god. It just hangs a tiny noose. You have a greyhound, fish weeds? Oh. So yeah, does the greyhound have to, do they kill the greyhound if it catches the squirrel? Because then life is meaningless. Because then they're never going to go chase the squirrel again. They'll be like, I know what that is. And then they'll go and they'll tell their other greyhound friends and be like, hey, you know that thing we're all chasing? It's fake. It's all fake. And then they're just they turn into QAnon. Greyhound conspiracy. Hey, Nelson's been working most Fridays and missed. Oh, well, Billy Holly Bay, thanks for coming in. No, they never catch the squirrels. They know the game and are up the tree before they get there. Oh. I heard that, but, yeah, Snark Farts. I've heard that, too, that they killed, in the Greyhound racing thing. Amber, where's the farthest you've taken a Greyhound bus? Any spots you recommend? I used to take the Greyhound bus all the time, from New York to Chicago to Boston. That's the thing about the East Coast, is you can take a bus, bop on over, baby, get paid in cash, put it under your ugly shoes. Oh, and I hear the sirens. Shall we see what's going on? Shall we see what's going on over here? Yeah, let me know if Greyhound thing is real. I'm very gullible, too. Let's see. 3 incidents. Report of armed assault. Report of a man armed with machete boarding a bus. Hey! We were just talking about machetes and buses. An armed assault. So let's see what about the machete we're going with. Police are responding to an unconfirmed report of a man with a machete who is boarding a southbound bus. Look at that. It's all coming together. Machete Man is back. Everybody loves machetes in Los Angeles. Well, they're surprisingly cheap. You would think a machete would be $100. That's what I would think. But they're $20. And you can take some folks out with a machete. If you just start swinging, I would say you could take out at least 6 people. And nobody's going to come and stop you. If you're wielding a machete, nobody's going to come and take that out of your hand. What? We definitely need a machete emoji for the stream. In Ecuador, we used a machete to cut the grass for football. Oh. Gerber machete is like $28 with a lifetime warranty. Yes, $28. I thought machetes were so much more expensive. And I thought you'd have to have like a license or something. I mean, it's a fucking machete. Like, what are you gonna. I mean, unless you're cutting the grass for the football, what are you doing with a machete, buddy? It's to go to Hollywood and cut people or board a bus. Machete. My gray retired after 4 years. I haven't seen him in full sprint in 5 years. Oh, so you got an old greyhound? Is he just like smoking cigarettes, telling you about how fast he used to run? Went and bought that, a gun, a Playboy, and 6. Oh, motor charge. Where did you go? To Florida? I imagine that's like every store in Florida. You want some guns and porn? Yeah, machete for the garden. If you want to hack weeds and whatnot. I read that if you're ever in a jungle, you should have a machete to cut through to walk. You should never touch anything because there's lots of bugs and spooky stuff everywhere. Oh my god, can you imagine? Just being lost in the Amazon, just like everything will kill you. Again, I'm taking my life. I'm not going to hack my way through the Amazon forest. I'm taking the machete and I'm slicing my throat. Okay? My mom ended up using it all the time to cut the brush out of the backyard. Oh, motor charge. Look at your mom with a machete. Sexy mom. My mom has an axe, and she uses it to cut firewood. Very good at it. I've never cut the firewood. I never wanted to. I mean, I know I should step in and help, but she likes cutting the firewood, and I have a fear that axe is going to miss the block and then just cut my shin in half. Just cut that right in half, and now I'm 3-leg Nelson. Just one leg hanging on with a bunch of tendies. That's it, so I can help out my mom? No. Been to the Amazon, can confirm it's fucking terrifying. Jungles aren't for me. Yeah. And there's all these like people, these tribes that live in the Amazon that are undiscovered. First of all, I don't know how you know there's a tribe and they're not discovered. I mean, they're now discovered now that you know there's a tribe. Maybe you saw like a little arrowhead or something and you're like, oh, there must be some people here. But I digress. Why are we always trying to contact them every time? I think there's like an island of people that want to be left alone. And anytime a helicopter comes by or a boat comes over, like they shoot them with arrows, bows and arrows, and kill them. And every time, these people are like, we want to see what's on the island. Come on, let's bring you OnlyFans and McDonald's. Let's liberate you. Nothing's wrong with OnlyFans, but you know what I mean. It's just like, come on. Leave these people alone. Leave them the fuck alone. They have their own thing going on. Whatever that is. They've lasted this long, okay? The local haunted woods. Haunted woods? Haunted woods full of spiders? Ooh, boy. I'll never be walking through that. It's like that missionary in the South Pacific a few years ago. I bet. Leave those people alone. You remember just saw a raccoon in my backyard. What to do? Feelings on wild animals? You know, I bet that raccoon is just living its life, digging through trash. I guess just leave it alone and don't feed it. It's always, I always want to feed the animals and like be a little princess, but they come back. They come back and they tell their friends, you feed one raccoon, you'll have 10 on your doorstep tomorrow. And they're all going to give you AIDS. They all got some spooky ass disease. They're fine. They're beautiful. Leave them out there. I'll be inside. I'm such a princess. Again, I'm prissy. I'm not a snob. I'm very prissy. But I don't think I'm better than anybody else. The world has lots of people in it, different kind of people to make it work. We need these people. I am my own. Raccoons are cute. Did you see the video of the raccoon washing, because they have to wash their food? And I think it washed cotton candy and it disappeared and just had this like look. This confused little look. It was really cute. Always. Oh, what's that, Domestic Will? Who's that? Always have a wild animal stone. Haha, that woman who got her ass handed to her by a bison in Yellowstone? Emery, so what happened with this woman with a bison in Yellowstone? Inquisitive minds want to know. Did she try to feed it? Did she try to be a princess with a bison and try to feed it with her hand? And be like, all animals are special. Eat half of my baguette. Get a picture for the gram. Get a picture for the gram. And it's just like gearing up to fuck her up. Oh, you saw that Daddy King legs? You saw the raccoon thing? It is really cute. I'm sure that raccoon found food somewhere. They showed it on last room on the left. Aww. I saw a kid try to close a... She got too close to take a shitty picture and it stole her fucking pants. That's really funny. It stole her pants. Well, maybe, maybe that animal cares about fashion. They should let anyone dumb enough to fuck with animals in Yellowstone and go ahead and try. That's funny. Yeah, go fuck around and find out. No wild animals. People tend to think that, like, you see a wild animal. Like, you're not supposed to feed wild animals. You're not supposed to really get close to them. They shouldn't be acclimated to humans. Because if they even if, like, best case scenario, they get acclimated to you, they're going to go walk up to other people. And people are not nice. People are horrible, right? So, like, the best way to protect the animal is be like, get away. But people love feeding them. When I was in Grand Canyon, I saw a goat and a crow. I thought they were so cute. I wanted to feed them, but I was like, you guys have a whole canyon. Go figure it out. You don't need me. You don't need me at all. Farm animals is bison. Just because they have farm animals is bison. Yeah. I mean, I guess the bison that are farmed are, like, more used to people and fences and something. Uncanny Rachel, so a bison threatened to charge the van you were in? Did you floor it? Did you floor that van? Ooh, I bet that was scary. I bet a bison could fuck up a van. Dent it, pull you out of it, make you watch its improv show. No, don't invite me to your improv show. Oh my god, just a bunch of bison doing yes and zip zap zap. So I saw some video of a fat ass bear. Car rolls up, dude inside waves, bear waves back, and they frisbee a piece of bread at it and catches it in his mouth. That's really cool. That's really fun. That bear knows what's up. You catch more bees with honey. Oh, Uncanny Rachel, you were stuck in traffic, so you couldn't floor the van. Ugh. Amber, are you willing to tame the Sasquatch that is Ben Kissel? I don't think Ben can be tamed. He's a lovely man. He's a lovely man. He has his stuff together. He's very smart, very funny. But I don't think that man can be tamed. I don't think he wants to. But he does have two very adorable dogs. He does. And every time I go into his house, it's like I go into a nonna's house where the dogs are just like yapping and like love him and are all over him. I thought two bears opening my car doors while camping and gingerly sorted through all of our belongings. He doesn't use towels. He doesn't use towels? Yeah, there's never a towel. There's always like socks. But, his life. Hey, Ben's got his own life. That is why he has the dogs. Well, Puffin got a haircut so he can no longer dry his hands off on Puffin. Bears are so cute, too. Why are their tails so small? Yeah, bears are too cute to be so dangerous. They got those fluffy ears and those big eyes and that cute little bushy tail. They just, in those gay bars, just where the... I do miss going to gay bars. Not that I would, harass people, because no one likes that. But I would just go and, tip the go-go dancers cash. They know how to pour a strong drink. Gay bars don't fuck around. They don't use the jigger pour. They say, fuck you, I'm going to make this half whiskey and then that much seltzer. That's a gay bar drink. Which is what I like, because they're smart. They know if you want people in there, and if you want business, and you want, some fun times and dancing, make the drink strong, baby. And charge $5, $7. I've never been charged an ostentatious price. Oh man, I would love to pet a bear. Yes. Well, you gotta whisper that word. What word? Bear? I go hiking in the PNW most weekends, and I'm always afraid of running into a bear. Oh man. Can you hike with a gun? I don't know. I feel like that would scare me. Like I would fall and it would go off. But I guess that's why guns have a safety. That's a thing I'll be learning in my second date at the gun range. And the third date's a swamp. This is fun. I have a sort of new lease on life. I'm dating guys younger than I am. Because I take care of myself. I work out. I eat well. I'm happy. I'm young at heart. Fuck it. Like I've been on some dates with men that are older than me, and I don't know. They're fine, but I'm a spunky dude. I'm a spunky young dude. Growing up in the woods near me, a bear had attacked a dog walker, and I can't remember if it killed him or if it became the rumor. Probably killed him. And also, parents said the cougar was around. Oh, watch out. She's in the woods giving you money. Hey, thanks, Bets and Dewdrops. Thank you. Living that hula hoop life. Hell yeah, I like to hula hoop to Prince. I like to make rose water. I like to be fun and flirty and girly. I'm going to date a young stud. Dating a young stud. Everybody always says, men want to do it. Why can't I fucking date younger? Why do I always have to, every time I scroll on the internet, maybe I find myself on these bad websites, but it's a lot of you women need to shut up and behave and pop out those kids. Which, if you want to do that, fine, great. Blessed be unto you. But, some of us don't. Some of us don't. Some of us want to wear a fur coat, okay? And scream. Scream into a microphone. Not that I'm screaming, but you know what I mean. Tell jokes, right? We have cougars and coyotes here. They never bother us. Yeah, I think they're solitary animals. Coyotes are small. I think I could take a coyote. In a hand-to-hand combat, I think I could take a coyote. I'll stake my life on it. If one ran up right now, karate chop its fucking. I take this coat off and I do a little tango with it. I could fuck up a coyote. I've been working out. Hey, bad grammar. Always tell my girlfriend about you. She grew up in Dhahran. Oh. So what's your girlfriend's name? Is her name Lauren? Bad Grammar 91? Is her name Lauren? Because I did have a very good friend named Lauren that I was friends with in Dhahran that when I moved to the States, I never saw her again. And she was like, those childhood friends. I wish her well. You never know. Life can change. She might be a crack addict. I don't know. Angelica. Oh, okay. Send me a picture of her. And when she was young, in school days, if you can find it, and then I might be in there. Annie. I don't know, because there was those compounds back in those days. We probably went to school together. Bad Grammar 91. They really won't ever fuck with dogs. Oh, coyotes? I have been to a few coyote attacks where I live outside of Dallas. Damn. There's some coyote attacks outside of Dallas? All right. Man, the sound of that heavy pour is almost therapeutic. I'm working on, I'm trying to figure out sound with this. The hardest part is always starting, right? So I've started. I have this thing, barely. My computer has helped me this far, but it is a little grainy, and the lighting's not as great, and the sound is not as great. We'll figure it out. I don't mean to downplay myself. The sound in the video is great. We're on Broadway, baby. They're bad for cats and small livestock. Coyotes, yeah, they're bad for cats and small livestock. So, I can take a cat. I can take small livestock. I can take a coyote. Anything bigger than a coyote, I don't think I could take. I could not take a cougar. No, if a cougar was running at me, I run that way. Or I just tell her she looks great in those pumps. $30 snowball mic and a decent Logitech one goes a long way for streaming. Yes. Absolutely. Well, I have a Chromebook is the thing. And I know this is going to be a wah wah kind of whatever technical thing. But if I want to install a third party software, I have to like do this other program on my computer that deletes all the files, but I have a lot of writings on here. So I'm going to figure this out. I might go buy like a used old other computer and purely stream on that, because this one I do a lot of streaming and it's like off a millisecond sometimes, which if you're doing comedy, that matters, like if I'm on Classy Night In and they're making jokes and then I come in and I step over somebody or it just doesn't. So I think I might I need a real computer. This computer it was the cheapest I could find. It is just 2 trims of plastic and some keys. It's fine. It's done the job. I have a lot of writing on here. I'll probably continue to write purely on this one and shoot and edit and stream on the other one. I think I got it. We're in good hands. They should compensate you for a better one. That's a work expense. Well, I never thought of that. I only find Chromebooks good for reading sheet music and watching porn. You don't read porn and watch your sheet music? You can install Android apps and Linux programs now on a Chromebook. Yes, and I did install a Linux program on here, but it was a little like 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. It was a lot of like coding things, and I was like, I don't know what this is. And it kind of took up a lot of space and made it slower. I pick up the used ones from college students here for, motor change. Yeah, so I get a used one, and a lot of these like MacBooks, they're around forever. I mean, they're expensive because they're around for years. People like to think, it's a new year, I gotta get a new MacBook. You don't. That thing will last you 10 years. Linux isn't worth the hassle for most people. It's a lot of command and shit that Windows did. Yeah, it's a lot of this. Whatever that Linux is. It baffles me, but I try Linux for some reason every few years. Try it. There's a lot to learn in this new world. I, for one, am excited about all the knowledge that I have acquired. I'm getting into a little gardening. It's dark now, but there was like a big patch of shit over here, and I cut that down. I cut that out. It's now way bigger. It's just like a little patch of land that the neighbor's dog always shits on every time. And so I sprayed this weed killer, and I knocked on their door, and I was like, hey, I'm spraying weed killer. It might hurt your dog. Like, don't let it come around for a few days just on this little patch. And they're like, but it's going to dry though, right? And I keep saying, like, pick up, but they don't pick up their dog shit. So I think I'm just going to put in a gate. I'm just going to be petty. I'm going to put in a gate. And then if they say something, I'll be like, well, I eat breakfast and I look at your dog shit every day, okay? Because you never pick it up. I want to look at wildflowers, okay? I want to look at my little herb garden I've created. I don't want to look at your diarrhea, your dog's diarrhea. And meanwhile, there's also a guy that's in there fixing up their bathroom. And I asked him, I was like, what's it look like in there? And he's like, it's so disgusting, you wouldn't even imagine. Because if there's dog shit over here and they don't care, can you imagine what their fucking house looks like? And I don't want to like shame people or shit on people, but there's certain things you could help, Like if you can't help it, then fine. But try your best. Try your best here. Pick up after your dog. It's like pretty minimal. Take the shit and put it in a bag, and then take that bag and throw it away, and then wash your hands. It takes 5 seconds. 5 seconds to pick up after your dog. Stupid fucking balls. The balls just dangle. They just dangle and it barks. All it does is scream and shit. And if I fucking see it, I will kick drop that dog to hell. They can't take care of their dog. Yeah, it's trashy. Take care of your fucking dog. It sounds like a bad situation for the dog. Well, the dog is super pompous. I have seen it take a log of a shit, a human dick size log shit, and then look at me and go, arf, and then wipe its feet up, like kind of wipe, and then do this little like thing, like look at my shit, and then flounce away, like it knows what it's doing. It knows what it's doing. Being a little bitch. Anyways, but I'm gonna have a nice little patch of land. I'm gonna put a little gate up. That dog can go take a shit anywhere else. I'm gonna eat my oatmeal in peace. Take a shit on their porch. Shoot the dog for practice. That's good, motor charge. I'll shoot that fucking dog. I'll shoot it with a BB gun. Yeah, I'm just gonna gate it. And my roommate was like, "Are you sure about putting in a gate? Like, are there property laws? And like, what is our property?" And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. At a certain point, you have to take your destiny into your own hands, and you can't ask. Especially if it's the kind of people that don't clean up after their dog. You can't ask over and over again because they obviously don't have the wherewithal to pick up their dog shit. They're not going to care about you. They don't care. They don't give a fuck. And I notice, like, little things I've seen. The matriarch of the family gets taken advantage of. Like, I was there when the father rolled in, and he said it in Spanish, but I knew exactly what was going on. He's just like, "Please take me back." And she was just like, "You abandoned me." He said, "Take me back. I promise I'll be good." And you know what? He don't have a job. He don't have a fucking job. You know what he does? He sits in that house all day. He sits in that house while their kids work and bring home money for the house. They're being taken advantage of. At a certain point, you have to be selfish to save yourself. You really do. I see nothing wrong with a touch of selfishness and a touch of vanity. Nothing wrong with it. Good fences make good neighbors. Absolutely. Take down that gate so my dog can crap in your yard. Can you imagine? Take down that gate. Oh, my dog is shit in your yard. I hear Ben, he'll shit on this porch. Yes, motor charge. Everyone is selfish. Everyone is. And you know, it's good to donate time to like help organizations. I'll help organizations. I'll cook for people. I'll help. But at a certain point, you can't help people that don't help themselves because now you're running your well, and now you can't help other people. It's like when I was a bartender and one person orders a mojito and everybody wants beer. Well, my job is to please everybody. So I'm going to knock the beers out. I'll get to your mojito. Do you not look around and see what's going on and know the steps that it takes to make a mojito? I'll make it for you, but I know you're going to tip me a couple dollars. Meanwhile, I'm going to be making 20 over here. I'm going to be a little bit selfish, and I'm sure the patrons appreciate me being selfish. Yeah, but that's also selfish. People don't do that to help other people. They do that because it makes themselves feel good. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, you got to bounce? Oh, well, thanks, Slug Bucket. Thanks for joining. The neighbors built a deck that overlooks our privacy fence. Oh, that's different, Uncanny Rachel. Yeah, if somebody's building a deck and they're looking in you, that's a little different. That's just like, take your fucking deck down. I gotta make another drink. Make another drink, motor change. Also, go shit on that dog. Yeah, I'll shit on that dog. I'll take a dick-sized shit on that dog. Be a little selfish. I've like broken up with friends in the past because like I just kept giving them so much money, and I was poor, you know. But I was like, "You need food. You need help with rent. I will give you my last $20. Like, spend it on groceries." I needed that 20, but I was like, "I'll give it to you." But you know what? It never went for food. It never went for rent. It went for drugs every time. And not saying like that. Some people will take the money and then use it for good, but I don't know. You're just gonna keep asking for money if this happens. You're just gonna keep asking for my time. So I had to be like, sorry, dog piss and shit will ruin your food. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. If your porch is big enough, throw some pots out there. Yeah, it's slightly big. I mean, it was like a little patch of land, tiny little bit. But when I cut all that weed shit out of it, it's like twice as big. Like I could potentially put a couple little chairs out there, maybe. You know, utilize the space. That's how you weed out the fake friends. Yeah, that's how you weed out the fake friends. Oof, I gave a boyfriend money. Then I had him on a fucking payment plan when he broke up. Good, Mitch Michelle 430. Good, you had him on a payment plan. Because if you didn't, they'd never pay you back. They're like, "I'll pay you back," and they never will. And I say this as somebody I've done the same thing. I remember when I was like 20, I owed somebody $400 because I thought I was gonna like go live with my brother in Seattle, and then I stayed for 2 weeks on my cousin's second cousin's couch or something. And I was like, I'll pay you $400 for staying on your couch. I just wanted to like find my brother. I miss him. And then when I had to move back, I just moved back. I didn't pay her $400. But it's not like she gave me $400. I just said, I'll pay you $400 for if I can sleep on your couch for like, I think like 2 weeks. And I never paid her. So that's a shitty thing I did. Okay, I am no saint. But I did not take her $400. I just promised it and then never paid it back. But I was also very young, which is also not an excuse. I don't give money to anyone. I'll buy you food. Hell, I'll buy you a beer if that's what you want, but I'll not give you money. Great idea. Yeah, I'll buy you a beer. If you want a beer, just tell me you want a beer. I'll buy you a beer. We all need beer sometimes. Life is hard. And you know what? If people want to spend their stimulus check on weed, I don't give a fuck. Do whatever makes you feel okay. But don't lie to me and say, hey, I need this money for rent. Can I borrow $20 and then spend it on more drugs? Just tell me you want drugs. Just tell me you want drugs. You know, I think it's the lying. That's it. I don't give money. When I needed a place to live in LA, look at me just being homeless all over the world. I couldn't find a place. LA is very hard to find a place. And I think I asked my mom for some money, and I did the thing she promised me, and then I didn't hang up. I wanted to listen, and then she didn't hang up either. She was like so stressed and worried because I was like sleeping on a girlfriend's couch, and she just didn't have the money. She was crying to herself, and she was like, I don't have the money, I don't have the money. And so I hung up the phone. I waited 10 minutes. I call her back, and I lie. I said, oh, this check came in. Wow, I didn't know. Oh, I don't need that money. Oh, man, this check, it just came in. Thank God, huh? And she's like, oh, thank God, thank God. And then I hung up, and I was like, I gotta find this money. I haven't been in many relationships, but my partner is borrowing money from me. It would not last long. Yeah, GT40. I would never ask my partner for money. Never. Never. I would feel gross. And it's also like if I'm asking, I don't know, if $20 is making or breaking your rent, you'll find the $20. Yes, you'll find the $20. One of my girlfriends, we went out to dinner, to a diner, and I was going to break up with her. And I ordered a coffee and a slice of pie, like something small that I could afford, right? A little hungry, a little pick me up. She orders like a salad with shrimp and like a shake. And she can't pay. And then she calls her dad, and she was like, Dad, can I borrow $20? $20, it's for rent. And I was like, if I had a kid that's calling me for $20, I would be so worried. Call me for $200. That means I know you really need to make you really need to make rent. You need the $200. If you're calling me for $20, girl, you're buying the drugs. You're buying drugs with this. Are you doing something unhealthy? Or what do you need $20? Why are you calling it? Anyways, I ended up paying for her meal, and I just said, never talk to me again. I will legit send my friends $20 if they say they're out of weed and stressed out. But like, bitch, I get it. Yeah, people need, like, look at this. I'm not, shrimp that bitch. Yes. You better order the cheapest thing on the menu. She got shrimp on her salad. And diner salads are like expensive. I don't know why. I can't owe people money. I have extreme anxiety about it, and it makes me feel horrible. Thank God I'm doing well, and I haven't needed to in forever. Well, get 40. That's great. Yeah, I can't owe people money either. Like, I can never imagine asking somebody for money. Oh, in the 8 years I was with my ex, I never asked him for money. I mean, I think, what have I asked him for? I'd asked him to like film me for things, like a sketch. I asked to move in with him. But I'd never asked him for money. I was never like, can I borrow? I would ask like, hey, can I have one of your mozzarella sticks? Never money. That would make me feel so skeezy. I would rather, like, at that point, just give up all my dreams and then go work wherever need be to just get that taken care of. There is a hierarchy of needs. Yeah, I'll figure my own shit out before I borrow any money. Absolutely. I wish the people who borrowed money from me felt the same way. Oh, get 40. People owe you money? Ooh, that's why the mafia breaks knees. Really. You gotta break some knees to get your money back. You can't just keep asking. It's like the people who let their dog shit everywhere. You can't say, like, if you just let your dog shit everywhere and I ask you to pretty please come pick it up, they're not gonna pick it up, right? Because they already don't give a fuck about the dog shitting everywhere. A normal person would say, hey, there's dog shit everywhere. Let me go pick that up. It's not gonna take some outside force. I borrowed money from my mom once. She was so awful about it that made me sure to never borrow money again, except from a bank. Oh man, I'm sorry, Aunt Kenny Rachel. I've borrowed money from my mother before in New York City. I have. Hey, check a butt. Have a wonderful night yourself. I've borrowed money from my mother when I lived in New York before. I feel really guilty about it, but yikes, But it was never $20. It was never $200. But it was like, it was always for something very valid. Like usually, what was it? Rent. It's like help or just like help. The only time I accepted money from my last girlfriend was because her dog scratched my cornea. Went to the eye doctor every day for weeks. Well, Emery, if her dog scratched your cornea, then she should pay for the eye doctor exam. It's only fair. If you have a dog, a reason I love dogs, I love pets. But a big reason I don't have one is just there's a lot of this involved with a pet. Like if your dog goes and fucks up somebody on a skateboard because it doesn't like skateboards, guess what? You got to go pay for their hospital bills, Or like if your cat, a girlfriend's of mine cat, it got on the stove while she was at work, turned on the gas. And so they had a gas leak in the building and firefighters had to burst down her door. I think it was like $2,000. She had to pay for like a door and a blah, 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 blah. So like, I love pets. Not for me. I don't want to pay for the vet visit. And I want like my pet, if I had a pet, I want it looking good, I want it healthy. I want it happy. I want it on the medicine it needs. I want to give it weed treats sometimes. But all that stuff, it takes some fucking money. You can get pet insurance for that kind of stuff. Really? Look at motor charts. Look at you being all smart. The cat knew what it was doing. It absolutely knew. Mostly true, but good people get on tight spots. Rambo doesn't like skateboards. No, Rambo does not like skateboards. My boyfriend is ridiculously supportive and has a great job, so he buys all my groceries while I'm in intensive or outpatient therapy. Oh, he's really nice, and it generally knows he's helping. I'm a hard worker, so it sucks not to work. Well, you know what? It sounds like your boyfriend. Oh, thanks, Damien. I'll see you soon. See you next week. Well, it sounds like your boyfriend really, loves and respects you, and, you're in outpatient therapy, so it sounds like you're working on bettering yourself, A good relationship, you should support them for the time being so you have a better future together, right? And buying groceries, that's just really sweet. They want you to feel good. They want you to be... Don't feel bad about that. I'm sure you, maybe give him a back rub sometime, right? I'm sure he'd love that. And tell him he looks good today. I don't think men get told that they look good or are given compliments a lot. And I say this, I remember my old boss, he was a young dude. And I think I said something like, oh, you got a haircut. You look good. You're looking good today. And he had this smile. And I was like, has no one told you that your haircut looks good? And he was like, no. But meanwhile, a woman gets a haircut. And it's like, Samantha, you go, bitch. You're a queen. I don't think people tell men they look good. I guess people assume that men are already great in their heads, but I don't think so. I think people need to give more compliments to men, and then maybe they would stop shooting up people. Yes, compliments are awesome. Maybe if we give men more compliments, they would not shoot up schools as much. Is this chair annoying people? Should I change it? Is it? I can go get another chair. But yeah, give men compliments. Maybe they will not murder people as much. Men are beautiful. Compliments make me uncomfortable when I'm working on saying, I told you when I hear something nice. That's nice. The chair sound doesn't pick up in the stream? Thank you, Motor Change. Can't hear the chair? Thank you, Uncanny Rachel. I changed out the battery in my car and didn't even die. Praise me. Hey, Totem Dream. You changed the battery in your car? You probably saved a cool $1,000 at the auto mechanic shop, which auto mechanics... I mean, God bless them, but I assume that they will lie. That they will lie and then be like, you actually need to get all this done. And you don't. You don't. Good work on that dying. Thanks. I mean, I don't know. Maybe mechanics are honest. Highly doubt it. There's a lot more helicopters lately. And like this morning, I took a picture of it, but there was 2 military-grade helicopters that flew right over me, and they just kept flying around. I wonder if cops are bored, or they just want to make people feel, because when a helicopter's above you, you feel this, you just feel low, you feel sick, right? When they just keep flying above, I just feel like there's an overlord, and like I need to eat bugs, because I'm a piece of shit in a helicopter, but they just keep flying. I wonder if part of it is like a, what do you call it? Mental break, like the people trying to break you on purpose. Helicopters are big machetes. Few things are scarier than a bored cop. Yes, snark farts. Ugh. You can hear it, right? Don't you feel like oppressed or like, ugh, just like helicopters above me? What are you doing? It's the end of the year, so they have to blow their budgets so they can keep the copters. Really successful soil. It's the end of the year, so they have to blow their budget so they can keep their copters. Because I'm sure there's some kind of spreadsheet that's like, how often did you use the copters? And if they don't use them that much, wow, you're making a lot of sense. Then the department would be like, we'll take out half of them because we don't need it. But they want to keep the copters. I'm sure they're like lots of fun to drive. I mean, it was like circling above me for like a solid hour. So what are you guys even doing? There was nothing on the Citizen app. No, I couldn't hear anything. Nobody, nothing. And they just kept circling. I guess just blowing their budget. It is March. Psychological warfare. That's it. End of the fiscal year. Yeah, maybe they're training. These are all these things I never thought of. All these things. Let me see. Is the gate locked? Sorry, guys. 1 second. No. Oh, shit. Well, sorry, guys. Another thing about my neighbors is the gate's open. So after the stream, I gotta go knock on the door again and say, can you please close the gate? It's wide open. Anybody can just walk in here. in this city with people with machetes. Yeah, the gate's wide open. Rock and roll. But nobody's on the street. Except for that guy with the skateboard earlier. He could have skated in here. I live 2 blocks from the lake in Chicago every summer, an air show, so that's fucking loud for an entire week. Yikes. Cops in my neighborhood use a helicopter to track down petty crime sometimes. Maybe, Uncanny Rachel, and also motor charge, usually the simplest explanation is the right one. You're probably right. Petty crime. Can you imagine just like stealing from Target? You steal some lip gloss and someone comes after you with a fucking helicopter? Can you imagine? I would never steal. Like we said with the haram, stealing's a big ass no-no in Saudi Arabia, and that was ingrained in me. So I do not steal. But I do remember years ago, there was like a Murder Fist rehearsal. I just joined Murder Fist. I didn't really know a lot of people, and I think remember when we were talking about the Call of the Void? Of like you're standing on a cliff and you're not going to jump off, but you could, or like a gun and point it to your head and pull it. You're not going to do it, but you could, right? So I think Jackie, her purse was on the bed and it's like cash, because she was working at the Blue Stove, just cash spilling out of it. And I was very poor, and I was like, what if I just took all that and ran? How different would my life be? I mean, of course, I would never do that. I would never do that. But the Call of the Void. And I was like years later, I'm thinking about it. A, I'd kicked at a Murder Fist immediately. If I stole a bunch of cash and ran out the door. B, brighter side would never happen. So don't steal. Would never have done round table. Because of course you wouldn't trust me, but I would never do that. But again, I would also never take a gun and blow my brains out. But you think it. I skateboarded today and didn't break any bones. Yeah, Nipoa. Good for you. They do speed enforcement via radar from Hellos as well. Intrusive thoughts. Everyone has them. Same as thinking about wearing your car on it. Yes. It's like you're driving a car, and I'm like, what if I just flew my car off the bridge right now? I have a girlfriend that did that. She was driving a car in Louisiana, and she was just, people asked her, why did you do it? Because she just did this and then like rolled the car into a ditch. And she's like, I don't know. I just thought about it. And then rolled the car into a ditch. I used to shoplift a lot, but once I turned 18, I was like, I don't want to get arrested. Yeah, Mitch, and once you get 18, it's a different kind of arrest. They throw you in big people jail, and you don't get out. It's always like if I just slam my temple in the corner of this desk instead of listening to this coworker talk. You should try that sometime. I bet it'd be really funny. But yeah, sometimes you think of like, what's the worst thing I could do right now? And you won't do it, but your brain is like processing all of these things. I hear that call of the void is actually a good thing because it's your brain working. It's your brain analyzing different outcomes. I guess I would never steal from my friends or anybody. I've never stolen. I've stolen food when I was really hungry at like a chain. I would never from a local small business, but like a chain. You know those salads that are like $16 in corporate America? There's somehow like $16 and everybody thinks they're getting a deal. And they're also super unhealthy. But I've definitely gotten a lot of those because they expect you to go get the salad and then pay for it and sit down to eat. No one like checks. So I just got the salad and sat down, ate it, threw it away. And maybe that is white privilege. I listen to Roundtable daily. Yeah. At least 2 episodes are always super depressing now, though. The last 2 episodes? Oh, because they were the last 2. Stealing food is okay in my opinion. Most people need it. Yeah. If people steal, because I still see people stealing food from Ralph's, which is the California grocery store, our local chain, all the time. When I used to work at Ralph's, I'd see them steal food all the time. Do I bat an eye? No. If somebody's asked me, they're like, did you see what he looked like? I was like, I have no idea. I have not seen, I did not know what they look like. Oops. Like, what was he wearing? Beats me. Don't know. They stole some food. Good luck. I hope you eat it. I hope you eat the food. And no, it's not going to make the prices go up because somebody stole. There's so much surplus of food. People are throwing food away. Good food. Because not enough people are eating it. I think there was like, in the beginning of COVID, all of these potatoes that were just thrown away. Like a field of potatoes with like a machine just tossing them more and more in because McDonald's wasn't buying them to make the French fries or whatever. But instead of I don't know, giving it to poor people, it was just thrown away to make it more scarce. What the fuck are you doing? I will still go pay for my groceries. It's crazy how fucked up the early episodes are. Like, y'all would get canceled immediately. Yes, we could. I don't even remember what was going down. I was usually pretty blackout drunk on Roundtable. I used to steal crazy amounts of DVDs from Walmart in high school. Steal from Walmart, please. It's your American right to steal from Walmart. I'd throw a vacuum box, buy the vacuum, sell the DVDs. Motor charge, you're smart, man. And also GameStop, what do you get? I've never sold to GameStop, but I hear word on the street is like you buy a $50 game and they'll just give you like 10 cents and a bubble candy or like a Twix bar if you sell it back to them, like nothing. So yeah, steal from both of these people. Fuck them all. People who are in Portland get fired for telling people of discarded Fred Meyer food. Wait, people here in Portland got fired for telling people of discarded. Why did they get fired? I guess because you're supposed to make it like. I guess corporations think people would stop buying food from them if they knew that it was free somewhere. But give it. But also, to play devil's advocate and like some of the giving food away thing, I was talking to this homeless woman in New York, and I had a ham sandwich. She wanted some food. I didn't have any money, but I was like, you can have my ham sandwich. And she said, last time somebody gave me meat, I was sick for days. And you know what? She's right. Because oftentimes, and I'm guilty of this myself, like if there's a canned food drive or something, I've done this in the past. I'll be like, all right, so what is this bullshit I don't eat? I throw it in a bag and I give it to the donation center. But that's not good. That's not good. Unhoused people are still human beings, and you shouldn't give them your expired beets that will make them sick. And then they'll flood the hospitals, making it way worse. A few $100 a week for beer money in high school in 2 to 5 went a long way. Hell yeah. I mean, just to get some beer and in high school, when homeless people ask for food, it's always a scam. Here in Texas, I volunteered for the Salvation Army for years, and if you show up, they give you so much food. They last for weeks. There are so many resources out there, and no one should be hungry. There are a lot of resources. And you're right. I think if a lot of people ask for money for food, it's like my friend calling her parents for money when it was for drugs. Or for me. Last time I was at GameStop, I listened to some 17-year-old kid talk about getting Latin so her kid could become a sniper. He had passed all the other physical tests. His eyesight was just a little subpar. So they were going to do a video game to become a sniper? Oh, and also, Emma, yeah, a few $100 for beer in high school. Oh man, yeah, $100, $100 in high school. If you handed me $100 and I'm in high school, I would think that I could like own the town. I would probably like walk into a business and be like, I'll buy everything, just not even knowing. I'd never seen $100 bill until I got to New York City. And I was a cocktail waitress in a very nice establishment. Somebody handed me $100 bill to pay, and I look at it, and I remember saying, I've never seen $100 bill before. And everybody laughed. They all laughed around me. Like, what do you mean you've never seen $100 bill before? They were very snobby. Again, I'm prissy. I'm not snobby. If somebody's never seen $100 bill, I haven't. I get it. It looks weird. It's got this weird little tape on it. Anyways, but that was the first time I saw a $100 bill. First time I saw a Black Amex card. It wasn't running through, something with our computer, so I handed it back to the customer. I said, sorry, sir, your card's not working. Maybe try putting some more money on it. And like now I know a Black Amex card is like unlimited money, like the heavy black card. I told them to go put more money on it. You know, whatever. Yeah, and Kenny, Rachel, that is so mean. People were very mean to me at that job.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but looking back, like, I think they were right. I think they were right to be so mean, to an extent. I mean, I was from Louisiana. It's also a pool house, so we all shared our tips. So if one person's fucking up, everybody makes less money, right? So you're like on everybody's ass. And I'm this kid from Louisiana. This is a very posh place. We would have like Wall Street bankers come there. People from all over the world would come there. I think they were rated number one, like the number one bartenders and cocktail bar in the world. But I was some fucking little kid who had never seen $100 bill, who never seen a Black Amex, who had barely talked to a Parisian before, and you know, people would try to tip me in cocaine, and I'd be like, "Sir, I can't pay my rent with this." Real salt of the earth kind of a woman. Probably didn't belong there. They did try to fire me several times, but I finagled my way in. It also paid for my UCB classes. I had a homeless person throw a drink at me when I got them a meal at Wendy's and gave it to them. Oh, get 40. So you went to Wendy's and you got them a meal, which, by the way, Wendy's has the best burgers. I haven't eaten fast food in a long time, but Wendy's they have nicer meat, and they put lettuce on their burger and mayonnaise. I like the mayonnaise. I like mayonnaise. And you got them a meal. You got them that delightful burger, and they threw it. That's definitely they did not want food for that money. My job in high school only paid for lunch during work. Being fancy doesn't give you the right to be a jerk, in my opinion. You're right, Emery. Or sorry, Uncanny Rachel. Sorry about that. Yeah, you're right. Just because you're fancy doesn't mean to be a jerk. Not everybody lives this way. This is your life. This is not everybody else's life. Fuck you thinking anybody else lives this way. Some people have never seen a $100 bill. Don't assume we all have. Not all of us went to private school, okay? You know, not all of us like know a senator. Okay, this is your life. This isn't mine. They panhandle, then go a couple bucks down the street and get brand new cars and shit. Get in brand new cars. Oh, to sleep. Mm. I remember in New York there was a woman. I mean, New York gets fuck you cold. The cold in New York, it's like the wind is assaulting you. Negative fuck you. Like, just oppressive, horrible, icy bitch just cutting your skin. And I saw this woman on the train, and she was barefoot, and her toes were blue and black, and she looked really sweet. Probably in her 50s, looked really sweet. She had on just like a light little shawl, and she said, "Do you know a car park or a like what do you call it? Like a car? When you park your car in the I don't have a car, so I don't know. In one of those garages. Did you know a parking garage or something?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'm so sorry. I think there's one on like 34th and 6th or something." And she's like, "Okay, thank you." I think she's gonna go. Go sleep in the car. Go sleep. Go break into someone's car and sleep in it because you're probably gonna die tonight. It's gonna be worse for the city. Professional illness is a real thing. Professional illness is not a real thing. Not a real thing. I definitely talked to a dude. I was on my way to work. Look at me talking to all these homeless people. Or unhoused, excuse me. And taking the subway. And this guy was like, "You going to work?" And he's like showing me all of his money. He's like, "I'm homeless. I just asked for money. I make $100 a day." And I think that's what I made yesterday. And he's just showing. But panhandling is also a job. It's not a job I would want to do. You got to stand there all day and ask for money. It's work still. How do you know? Oh, forgot the word for garbage. We've been in a city folk for too long, Amber. Garage. Yeah, I forgot the word for garage. And cars. God bless cars, but no way in hell. If I lived in like Austin, Texas, where and I'm never going to live in Austin, Texas, but if I did, and I didn't shoot myself in the head because I'm living in Austin, Texas. I only say that because a bunch of fucking comics moved there. That's it. No shit on Austin, but a bunch of LA comics moved there. But if I did, yeah, I can see having a car. But in LA, where the traffic is insane and the roads were built by serial killers, no way am I having a car here. I mean, I'm gonna find a place to live, but buy a subway or a bus anytime, any day of the week. And people look like they take their nose down. People who ride the bus, you ride the bus. Like, yeah, how much did you spend on your parking tickets this week, Diane? Where'd you park your car? Oh, fuck off down the road? Okay. I've even bet people before. I was like, okay, we want to meet at this restaurant? Okay, and you're bragging about having a car and looking down on me? How about we time it? And I'll ride the bus to the restaurant and we'll see who gets there faster. And you know what? With parking and driving and traffic, I got there faster. I got there faster. I looked up how much it's going to cost me to get to work via bus post-COVID. $12 a day? $12 a day? Uncanny Rachel, how is it $12 a day? Did they hike up the bus prices? Buses are like $1.75, unless it's like a special bus. 12 a day. But still, if you calculate the cost of a car, probably still cheaper. That's insane. They've been here for free for the last year. Yeah, buses are free in LA. Well, in like Los Angeles. I definitely went to the beach in like a nicer part of town. They were not free. Buses were not free in the nice parts of town. I'm going from Seattle to Bellevue. Bus prices are one way $6. Well, Uncanny Rachel, maybe think of like what you could do instead of driving. You could write in a journal, read a book, learn a new language. I mean, I'm guessing if it's $6 is kind of a far ride. So what if you said fuck it and got a workbook and learned French? That's something interesting you could do at the time. Definitely, like 2020 taught me about um, how precious time is and how precious space is. Because I am living in a bigger place than I did in New York City. I can't imagine doing that in New York, quarantining in a tiny shithole. No, being very precious about your space, how to utilize your space, how to utilize your time. You only have a certain amount of hours in the day. So, okay, so maybe right now I take a business course, and then of course I won't be on it. After a month, maybe I'll kind of fall back, but at least I learned a little bit. I've never heard unhoused in the politically correct way to say it now. I understand that connotation is different. That's probably the reason, but the definition is the same. Well, to get 40, yeah, a friend of mine told me that they still have. You're not supposed to say homeless because they still have a home, but it's not in the stereotypical sense of a home. It would be like a little street, like a little patch of grass or whatever. But I don't know. I hear the way to call it is unhoused. I don't know. Sound off in the comments. Houseless and was awesome for going to bars. $3 to go on the bus anywhere in the city. $10 to get home via Uber. Yeah, especially like if you're going out drinking. Don't even. If I'm going out, I want to have my night. I want to drink whatever I want. When I drove a car, and I have driven cars in the past, I'd be like, I'm going out. Guess I'll get a fucking seltzer, or maybe one beer and then freak out about, driving perfectly because if, God forbid, I get an fender bender and I have one beer in my system, now I'm legally considered intoxicated. I could go to jail. No. Is hobo okay? Sure. I don't know. I remember seeing in a book when I was a kid, they were like, here's all the kind of different jobs you can do. And they were like, doctor, lawyer. And like describe what you did, and then they said, hobo, you could be a hobo. And they had like a bindle, like a stick with a little bag on the end of it. And they're like, hobos go wherever they want. They don't have a place to put their feet. And I was like, I like hobos. I want to be a hobo. Yeah, I think hobo means like you're on the bus, on the road. Hobo is like someone who's couch surfing in Australia and then flying to Switzerland next week. There's a lot of people like that. They like find ways to travel. I wouldn't even take my keys with me anywhere anymore. Oh, so I guess like your house key is like under a mat or something. Hobos used to be migrant farmers. Huh. Hobo is like a drifter willing to work for money. Yeah. Hobo is like, you need your lawn raked? I'll do it for $10. All right. Okay, sure. You want $10 to rake my whole lawn? I'll give it to you. Oh, your car keys. Your car keys. It's short for ho boy. Space is Street, thank you for hanging out with us. This has been the best part of my day. Oh, Kid 40, thanks for watching. There's a few things I have to do to get this fucking subscribe button on here. But you know what? We're starting. That's always the hardest part, is starting. But I think I need another half an hour, and I need to stream on different days. I'm thinking about starting another stream. Let me know what you think about this. Like when I get a nicer setup, I'll be in my kitchen and I'll just like live make food for people and talk. Does that sound like something people would like tune into? It would probably have to be for a dinner situation. I imagine lunch would be tricky. Yeah. Yeah, what would be good? Like Sunday, maybe Sunday afternoon. Are people around on Sunday afternoon? I could do like Sunday at noon. I could make what we used to do for church. I could do like not soul food because that's a people of color term, but like food. I don't know. Yeah, really like a Sunday at noon. Yeah, that would totally work. And then I'll just make some like brunch, I guess. I don't want to like constantly be drinking on streams because that's not my personality. I'm a whole human being. But I do picture like a mimosa in my hand. but I can also just have a cup of coffee. I do talk to myself when I cook. At least 50 followers over the last 30 days. Have at least 500 total minutes broadcast. 7 unique broadcast days. 7 unique broadcast days. So I only Twitch on Fridays. So I'd have to do like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wow. I mean, okay, I'd do it. You could do a live stream and start your own meal kit company where you send it to us and we make it with you. I know it's not possible now, but we can dream. Get 40, that sounds great. I mean, that's like a business plan for the future. I think it's 7 days in a month. So, yeah, I only do 4 days in a month, so I need to put in 3 more days motor charge. Yeah, get 40, that's a good idea. So maybe I'll get, when I get my thing, I'll do a cooking thing on Sunday at noon. Okay, that sounds good, but I do have roommates that do use the kitchen, and I can't be like, hey, do you guys like mind never going in there Sunday at noon? Out here is fine, because they're in there moving stuff around and like getting their life together, and I don't want to be like inside. That's different, but I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll just start twitching, like, so Motorhead, do I need to twitch like consistently 7 days a week, or can I just do some bullshit stream tomorrow for nobody tuning in, I guess, because I haven't announced it, and then just be like, hey, here's me walking down the street, boop, 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 like for Twitch. Could I just do that? And then like that is points. Once you get the sub button, you can do it once a week or whatever. Oh, okay. So I have to make more. Okay, so I'll just make more streamies, and then once I get the button, then I'll just fuck off and do whatever. Okay. This has been great. Well, everybody, we've been going an hour and a half. I've had a fun time with everybody. I think I might call it. I think I'm gonna call it, and I'm gonna just chill for a bit. But I hope everybody stream working on the garden. That's a great idea. I mean, I could just like have the computer up, put it over here, and I won't really be talking to people or communicating, but I'll be like weed whacking shit, and you can like give me advice on what to do. I'll show you the dog shit. Stream when you record Brighter Side. That's a great idea, Motor Charge. I'll do that. I'll bring my computer. I'll stream when I do Brighter Side. This is so much fun. Oh, thanks, Uncanny Rachel. So I'll stream working in my garden. I'll stream on Brighter Side. And now we got, we're killing it. You guys are coming up with great advice. Somebody said do a meal package, a meal kit. I could even stream me going to the grocery store and comparing prices on bullshit. There's enough people from the LPN staff to get a sub button. Shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, Motor Charge. Very positive. Wear a GoPro and stream. Oh, can you do that? You can do that? Okay. Chris Carr? I've been looking into getting a GoPro just because I want to wear like a little stupid thing on my head and then just kind of walk around and be a dumbass. But a GoPro, if I'm walking downtown, that makes me a mark. Somebody's going to punch me in the face. If I wear a GoPro and walk through Koreatown, someone is going to slice me open with a machete. Maybe you can't stream. Oh, wear a GoPro. Maybe you can't. I can stream, Chris Carr. Come on now. Yes, please stream shopping. That would be amazing. Okay. 3-leg Nelson and the shit garden. Oh, if it says it. Oh, great. Post it on YouTube too. It gets tons of viewers. Okay. Just like run errands and shit with streaming. Okay, Motor Charge. I'll do that. And I'll get a sub button in no time. This is great. Thank you, everybody. I had a great time. Hour and 35 minutes. Felt like it was nothing. I believe this is saved. I hope it is. I clicked the button that it would be. All right. I want to log off. I wish you well.